Please note the information in this video is not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment, but for members only. Please become a member to use this information in this video. All content, including text, graphics, images, and information contained in this site, is for general information purposes only. Loving Life Health PMA, or any of its affiliates, make no representation or assumes no responsibility for the accuracy of the information contained in this video. You are encouraged to confirm any information obtained from or through this video with other sources, and review all information regarding any medical condition or treatment with your physician.
Hello, this is Lauren Swenson with CHAO Scan. Welcome to another video in our instructional video series. On this video, we're going to discuss and show you how to do the comprehensive scan. So let's get started. Now we're ready to proceed. So left click on the Programs button, and we're going to do the comprehensive. So we would left click on Comprehensive. This brings up the comprehensive desktop. Here on the left, you have the buttons that you have: scan, create a PDF, frequency optimization, database, analyze back and reference time. And then over on the right, on the bottom, you have intelligent scan and email report. So these are the buttons that you'll have access to from this page. The middle column is your categories. These are the categories that you have available to scan. So you've got the arteries, and you'll notice that these groups are in color codes, just for ease in locating the category that you want to scan. They have absolutely no bearing other than just ease in locating. Once you select something, so let's say we're going to do the arteries of the head, you would double click on that. It would move arteries of the head over into the scan list box. And as you see, it changes it from the red to black. And every item that you move in will switch to black, which means it's ready to be scanned and has not been scanned. So you want to do the eye. And it will also bring up the scan page. And as you can see, this would be a first-time scan, so there's no data in there. If it was a repeat and it was something we'd scanned in the past, we would then see the numbers in the boxes from the previous scan. Okay, so once you've got what you want loaded in, and let's say we want to do vertebrae as well, these items then you're ready to scan, and you would click on scan, and it would immediately go through and start scanning each item from the top of the list to the bottom. When it's finished, it would go back to the top item in this list. Now this is the way you could do it manually. There's also another way, and that is, and oh, by the way, to remove those, just double click on them and it will put them back over in their category. So the scan list now is empty. Now, previously we had on this client, we had scanned, we'd done the vital scan and we had done the inner voice scan. When you do those scans, the software will look at the things that are out of balance and will build a list of things that should be scanned in the comprehensive. If you have done that with your client, like we have here, you would simply go down and click on the intelligent scan selection. And when you do that, it would load all the things that the software found needed to be scanned from the results of the other two scans, the inner voice and the vitals. This is a really nice feature. It saves a lot of time, especially if you're new to the CHAO Scan. It makes it very simple to get started and get going. Now, this scan is just a suggestion. You can go through and say, oh, no, I don't really need to do the left eye, and you could double click it out. And I don't want to do the blood cells, and you double click it out. Or you could just not do it at all and select whatever you want to do. And so what we want to do in this one, though, is we want to load that in. And then all you have to do is click scan, and it would go through the scan process. Now on this, on the comprehensive scan, the scoring is a little bit different from the vital scan and from the inner voice. Here the scans are measured in a 1 to a 9, and the 5 is perfect balance. So if you have a number that appears in the little box off to the right of each one of the items that you're going to scan. A 5 would be perfect. It's in perfect harmony with what it should be. If it's a 4, 3, 2, or 1, it's progressively not functioning. It's slow, it's sick, it's not functioning the way it should. And the lower the number, the worse that situation is. On the converse, if it's a 6, 7, 8, or 9, it's progressively stressed, which could mean a blockage. It could mean a pinched nerve. It could be a lot of things, but causing stress on that particular item, and even indicating disease. So the numbering system here, again, 1 to 9, 5 in the middle being it's in perfect balance. Higher numbers meaning it's leading to a stressful situation. Lower numbers to a non-functional. Okay, so that's how you would read and interpret the scan results. Okay, so we're ready to scan. What we will do, though, is we will not do everything that's listed here. So we're going to go back and reopen it to where we're back to start, and we're just going to put in a few items to scan for illustrative purposes in this video. And so we've got 4 items here, and we're going to go ahead and scan those right now. Okay, so as it scans, each item that it scans, it places into the picture. It starts with a blank screen, and then each item it scans, it adds and forms, in this case, the arteries of the head. When it's finished doing the scan, it will then rotate. The picture will rotate as the software calculates and scores the scan, and then the numbers will then be placed in. So we've got a wide range of numbers here, and then it will go to the next item. And it would do that through everything listed in the scan, and each item ranges from about 18 seconds to 24 seconds to scan. As you can see, when it's finished, then the numbers are displayed. So again, 5, if you see a 5, that's perfect. In fact, really the only numbers you really need to pay attention to is either a 1 or a 2, or a 7, or an 8 or a 9. The 2 extremes on both ends. Now, if you'll notice, those categories that switch to black when we put them into the scan list. Once they're scanned, they change color. A red would indicate, like arteries of the head is red, it indicates that somewhere in that scan there was either a 1 or a 9. If it's a blue, that means there was the highest or lowest would have been an 8 or a 2. And if it's green, then that means it doesn't have either a 1 or a 2 or an 8 or a 9. And in general speaking, you wouldn't need to do anything with anything that was green. We want to focus on the issues that are at cause and not things that are a symptom. Okay, so that's how a scan is done. And now at this point, and we want to do an optimization. Now before we do that, your box is empty. If you click up here where it says scan list, it will bring those 4 items back. You see that? It brings them right back to here. And then you would click frequency optimization. As you can see right here, the previous, before optimization, the numbers have been moved out, and the optimized numbers are now in the box to the right. You can see those right there. So the top artery went from a 3 to a 4, so it improved one full point. Some of them there was no change. And every once in a while, you'll see a number where the number got worse. And that is generally indicative of a Hertzheimer reaction, where there's a healing crisis going on. Now, if you look down at the bottom of the page, right down here to the right, percent change 36%. So this indicates that there was a 36% overall improvement on the arteries of the head. Occasionally you will see a number that's in the negative. And if you'll notice, the arteries of the head went from a red to a blue, so there was an improvement. We look at chromosome 4 here. This shows there was a 23% change. And in the right ear, there was a negative 17% change. Now, when you see a number that's in the negative, that means that this, and especially on a situation like this where it's a pretty big number, 17, anything over 10% plus or minus is substantial. 17% minus means the frequencies are only aggravating this situation, so we wouldn't want to do frequency on this again for a little while until we could get to whatever was causing the issues to begin with. So here's how you can see your change. And these reports, if we were to click email report right now, all 4 of these reports would be emailed to the client automatically. All right, so we've done the scan, we've done the optimization, we've done the database analysis. The reports are ready. We can go through these with the client. It gives you an overview of how to do a comprehensive start to finish. I hope this has been helpful for you. There will be more videos into more detail on each one of those areas. And thank you for watching.